You can kind of tell when a musician is bass-centric in their writing. Another artist I'll say is, like Twin Shadow, for example. I think he writes a lot of his music on starting with the bass. He's a phenomenal bass player. And whenever the bass is a little bit more centered and more up front in the mix too in songs, I think that's something that always really stands out to me. I can distinctly pick out your bass parts and things that you're involved with, and it doesn't get buried in the mix, and that is just amazing, and is a piece that people miss out on so much, even in present day music, to be honest with you.
I agree.
And I have a huge appreciation for
guitar
it.
Can do a lot.
You almost approach it like a rhythm guitar in the sense of the space that it fills, but not necessarily play it like a rhythm guitar. I think you do a lot of that well.
Well, thank you very much. I mean, I owe that to Carlos D, who was in Interpol, the original Interpol bass player. I mean, when I heard Turn on the Bright Lights, that was, and obviously I grew up loving punk, and every bass player downstrokes. At least most of them did. But some would kind of do, upstroke or whatever. But I always played downstroke. Well, actually, that's a lie. Like 50% of the time I was downstroking. And then I saw Interpol, and I saw Carlos D, plays his bass really low and just downstroking the whole time. And then if you listen to those bass lines, especially on Turn on the Bright Lights, I mean, he is driving the music. It's
Absolutely.
You won't hear a rock bass player like that. It was mind-bending to me. And it still is when I listen to those records. I'm like, wow, he was just writing these parts where essentially the guitars were supporting what he was doing. So yeah, I owe a lot to Carlos D. Now all I do is downstroke. That's it. It gives there's something to it.
There's definitely a beefiness there for sure, and an intensity.
Yeah.
Now,